Good evening and welcome to FAMU News 20 at 5. I'm Taylor Bishop. Florida Congresswoman Gwen Graham sent a message to Congress, get to work. Graham from Florida's 2nd District will file a bill this week that she calls the Shutdown Prevention Act to force Congress to stay in session until it passes a federal budget. Congress agreed on a 10-week extension to avoid shutting down the federal government. This stopgap measure expires December 11th. Graham's plan also will freeze congressional travel funds during the 30-day extension, forbid recess, and limit weekends of members in Congress to just 2 days. These restrictions will remain in place until an annual budget is passed. And residents have battled for a noise wall to be built at the capital city amphitheater located at Cascade Park, and their fight has finally ceased. Multimedia journalist Mary Chastain tells us more.
Cascade Park has been a main attraction here in Tallahassee, but some residents aren't happy with the noise. After a 3-year battle between the commission and Tallahassee residents, a 30-foot wall will be built.
The first idea of constructing a wall came up right after Cascades Park opened because we had some audio experts do some analysis of the sound impacts from the amphitheater, and they gave us a list of options that could help to mitigate those impacts on the neighborhood.
An engineering firm noted that the noise levels from the amphitheater were objectable and intolerable for residents. Rattling of the light fixtures, walls, and windows were common problems residents say they faced. The sound levels were 25 decibels over the outside noise, reaching as far as 3,000 feet away from the amphitheater.
We started investigating the design and the cost feasibility of a sound barrier, but we didn't actually get the approval to move forward with constructing that sound barrier until September 28th at the Intergovernmental Agency meeting, so just a week ago.
Blueprint 2000 was excited to hear the 8-1 vote from the city and county commissioners. After a 3-year dispute for funding, the nearly $500,000 wall is expected to be placed on the south end of the park. Cascade has a lot of new things to offer the city of Tallahassee. Be on the lookout for what's next to come. I'm Mary Chastain for News 20 at 5.
For more information on the noise wall, you can visit blueprint2000.org or wooddrives.com for more updates. Leon County has experienced a 40% increase in local tourism in the past 5 years. This increase has resulted in record totals for the city of Tallahassee and surrounding areas. Football and politics have played a pivotal role in the boost of tourism. Florida State football and 2 special sessions have caused visitors to flock to the state's capital. Parents visiting students has also played a part in the numbers going up as enrollment has increased steadily over the years. Leon County has welcomed 2.4 million annual visitors from 47 states and 36 countries. And representatives from the Chicago organization Cure Violence will be in the Tallahassee area this week. The organization will be promoting their community-based model to address gun violence. The visit will look at what Tallahassee is already implementing and where there is room for implement the Cure Violence highly tailored program. Implementing the program will put on-site offices in neighborhoods identified as high crime areas and will cost around $350,000 a year, and with $75,000 going to Cure Violence and the rest being reinvested in the community. And a group of local Tallahassee students were recognized after topping the state and national rankings on an international math contest. The students were recognized during the awards ceremony, which was also the mark of the start of another competitive math season. Questions were selected by an international committee of mathematicians, and the competition was organized by grade level from 1st through 12th grade. In addition to medals and certificates of achievement, national and state winners are awarded prizes like books, games, gift cards, toys, college grants, and mathematical summer camps in the U.S. or in Europe. And a measure to legalize medical marijuana is going before the Florida Supreme Court. Attorney General Pam Bondi asked the High Court to review the wording of a proposed amendment. The court must decide whether or not the amendment is misleading or whether it complies with single subject requirements. The Supreme Court is asked to review an amendment if supporters can gather at least 10% of the signatures needed to place it on the ballot. Supporters of medical marijuana will need to collect more than 683,000 signatures by next February in order to go before voters in 2016.
This is your daily entertainment with Gabrielle Dawkins, and Paul Walker's legacy as a philanthropist lives on. This is the 2-year anniversary of the Fast and Furious star's death approaches. Meadow Walker, his daughter, continues her father's legacy with the Paul Walker Ocean Leadership Award. Moving on, Bill Cosby loses another honorary degree. The University of San Francisco joins the growing list of universities to revoke an honorary degree awarded to the comedian. It's the latest setback for Cosby over sexual assault allegations, and the University of San Francisco says the comments Cosby made during a court disposition back in July do not coincide with the school's views on sexual assault.
Thank you for that, Gabby. And Shakoria, what can we look forward to in today's weather?
Well, Taylor, this small cold front hit us pretty strong, creating some calm, cool weather. But this week we'll be back to some warm weather. I'll have that and more for you after the break.
Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.
For the 5-day forecast, it's looking oh so nice with mostly cloudy and partly sunny skies. On Wednesday, it will be sunny, well, the high will be 83 and the low will be 61. On Thursday, there will be mostly cloudy skies, where the high will be 86 and the low will be 65. And on Friday, we'll have partly cloudy skies. The high will be 87 and the low will be 66. And that's all for weather today. Now back to you, Taylor, at the desk.
And Travis, we had a busy weekend in sports. What can we expect after the break?
Well, Taylor, it indeed was a busy weekend. I'll talk to you about how, FAMU did against Savannah State. Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Travis Milton with your sports. The Florida A&M University Rattler football team took on Savannah State University this weekend for their second away game in conference play. Entering this game, both the Tigers and Rattlers were in search for their first win of the 2015 season. In the first quarter, Kenny Coleman threw a touchdown pass to cut the Tigers' lead down to 3, but it wasn't enough as the Rattlers fell 37-27, giving the Tigers their first win in 2 years. The Rattlers are now 0-2 in conference play and still winless on the 2015 season. And Florida State University running back Dalvin Cook made it look easy for the 11th-ranked Seminoles as they took on Wake Forest University. Cook ran for 94 yards, adding a touchdown before leaving the game with a left hamstring injury in the first half. And switching over to prep sports, the Childs High School Timberwolves football team shocked the city when they stunned the Lincoln Trojans in a 17-14 thriller. Childs overcame an early 14-7 deficit to shut out the Trojans in the second half. The Trojans had an opportunity to win the game on their final punt return, but Timberwolves punter Connor Harris tackled Vincent Johnson at the 8-yard line. The Timberwolves are looking to continue their quest to make history against Mosley High School on Friday. And the Florida A&M Lady Rattlers volleyball team failed to win a match against Bethune-Cookman University Friday. Cookman downed the Rattlers 3-0 in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Southern Division match Friday, snapping a 48-match losing streak to the Rattlers in the 2014 regular season finale. The Rattlers will now return home for a 2-match MEAC weekend set next Friday and Sunday against North Carolina Central and North Carolina A&T.
And that concludes tonight's show. For Shakoria and Travis, I'm Taylor Bishop. Thanks for watching, and remember to also follow us on FAMUTVnews.com for more updates. Have a good evening.